Every year I look forward to canning green tomato mince that I can mix into green tomato mince cookies. I'm so excited to make green tomato mince. What I do is I chop these up, add some sugar and some spices. I can them in jars. Then next winter, I open up a jar and I mix in some flour and I make green tomato mince cookies. They are so good. Now, if you don't like raisins and spice cookies, then this recipe might not be for you, but I love them, and so do my kids, and they're easy. And if you have leftover green tomatoes, it's a great way to use up your tomatoes.
They are very good tomatoes.
Fall has arrived here in Montana, and it won't be long until we get freezing weather. But before we do, I want to use up as many green tomatoes as I can. Today was a chilly, wet morning. I took the boys to school. They go to a one-room log cabin school not far from us. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wash them. Just look at this tomato. Isn't it just huge? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to slice these up and cube them up kind of like this size. I'm using like a bread knife. It cuts easier because it's kind of like a saw. I did not bother cutting out all the dark spots. When I put them in the kettle with all the other ingredients and just simmer them up, you will never see these dark spots, and they will just blend right in together with everything else that goes into this recipe. I have a little over 16 quarts of diced green tomatoes. The next thing, I am going to peel and dice about 30 apples. You're probably thinking, oh my, this is just a lot of hard work for just a cookie.
Mom, I can have a cookie.
It is so wonderful to have my shelves full of things that are easy to make. Canning this recipe makes making cookies a lot easier for me. Now that I'm done peeling, coring, and cutting these apples, it's time to shred them. Now, I'm not shredding them really fine. It's just like a medium shred. My sister got this shredder at a yard sale years ago, and I've used it and used it. I am finally ready to put all my ingredients together. This is a 30-quart stock pot, and I'm going to put the recipe down in the description. This is a double batch of the recipe that I'm going to put in the description. So if you follow that recipe, you will get half of this. I know that there are a lot of people out there that this would be too much green tomato mince for one family, but for ours, we could probably go through even more than what I have here. These are the apples that I just shredded, and this is a little over 16 quarts of green tomatoes diced. And here is my brown sugar, and yes, this, it calls for, in a double batch, it calls for 10 pounds of brown sugar. And this is vinegar, and then I'm also going to be putting in cinnamon, allspice, and cloves, and also some salt. And I'm also going to put in raisins. My green tomato mince is all put together and is on the stove and warming up. I'm going to heat it up very slowly until it starts to boil. Right now it's time to go pick up the boys from school. This looks just about done, and it smells so good. We are ready to start filling jars. The last thing to do is give my jars about a 45-minute water bath. And I usually fill up the water just below this rim right here, just below the lid. I had a lot of fun making and canning green tomato mince. But before I leave, I want to show you how I use green tomato mince that I just canned yesterday to make some of the most delicious, wonderful green tomato mince cookies. The first thing that I'm going to put into these cookies is a quart of green tomato mince.
What is that? Yeah.
Flour.
And I can put this in.
And this is sugar. butter or
Yeah.
shortening,
Yes. What is that?
and a little bit of vanilla.
Mm-hmm. I like banana.
Vanilla, you like vanilla?
Yeah, I like banana.
And you just stir it all
Mommy,
together.
I like this. I like this, Mommy.
I have the oven preheating at 350. And now it's time to make some cookies.
Yeah, mix.